Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. If there was any one character that truly represents their brand, it's Optimus Prime. Prime has been in almost every Transformers continuity since the very beginning. This Commander class figure is seen by fans as the most definitive version of G1 Prime. Even though that was also said about the Earthrise one, this one truly feels like it's taken every lesson from previous versions and is the best of all of them. I know we've been getting a lot of Primes lately, especially endless repaints of the Earthrise one, including one with a Toon-inspired look that looks exactly like this one, but this version was designed from the very beginning with the Toon aesthetic in order to fit in with the modern Studio Series line. I mean, is there anything more iconic than this pose right here? Taking a look at the figure itself, and I'm immediately getting masterpiece vibes from this guy. Heck, I'm getting premium third-party vibes with the coloring, proportions, and even plastic quality. They really went all out with this Commander budget and gave us the best Prime Hasbro has ever made. This guy is big and heavy, with almost all of the budget going into this main figure. The plastic quality feels really premium and feels the best out of almost all the other figures in the Commander class line. The coloring continues a trend of cartoon-inspired decos. The reds, whites, and blues are deep and crisp with great looking lines and separation. I especially love the tempoed Autobot symbol on the left shoulder. The rest of the surface is decorated with some nice tech detail that is just enough to give it some much appreciated depth. One odd thing about this figure is the proportions. His legs and feet are done very well, perfectly capturing the on-screen look with their large boot-like appearance. The arms aren't bad either, despite lacking in any significant detail that is present on the rest of the bot. No, the thing that throws off the proportions a bit is the ginormous torso. I mean, don't get me wrong, it nicely captures Prime's heroic stance, in a large Schwarzenegger sort of way, but it kind of throws off the rest of the bot. The arms and legs look spindly compared to the torso, and he kind of looks like he's wearing one of those thick vests. Come to think of it, it's just like his original G1 toy, and it's even mostly screen accurate. Well, that being said, it only seems to bother me if I let it, and the proportions don't get in the way of the enjoyment of the figure. The head sculpt is one of the best, with it looking exactly like Prime. I really like the paint on the face, with the blue eyes being a perfect shade that really comes through in the details. I especially like the added Easter egg on the back of the head, with it looking exactly like the back of the original toy head. When it comes to this figure's articulation, there are some very cool surprises. Ball jointed head, forward and backward butterfly joints. One time I caught a fish this big! Shoulders that can go up, down, in and out, bicep swivel, 90 elbows, wrist swivel, articulated fingers, waist joint, legs that can go forward, back, in and out, thigh cut, more than 90 knees, with some nice looking hidden detail in the joint. Slight toe articulation with a wide ankle tilt. The joints on this figure are nice and tight, and the plastic tolerance is strong enough that I don't feel like I'm gonna break this thing while I'm posing him. The butterfly joints really help in putting him in some awesome dynamic poses, especially poses inspired by the film he's based on. All modern Primes come with a matrix, and this one is no different. His chest opens up similar to the film, and the matrix is pretty much the same as the others from the past couple years. The other accessories he comes with are pretty standard when it comes to Prime figures. He comes with his iconic Ion Blaster, which is kinda cool considering this is probably the first time in a long time we have gotten this particular blaster with a mainline G1 inspired Prime. The blaster is very nicely detailed and is perfectly screen accurate. Unfortunately, it fits pretty loosely in his hands. Either way, the articulation along with the blaster works brilliantly. Also standard is his Energon axe. This is an odd concept since there is only one instance where he actually uses the axe, and that's for like 2 seconds in the original More Than Meets the Eye episode. Either way, it's become as iconic as his blaster and is automatically included with most Prime figures. The blast effects are based on the Toon design, but are still very effective and looking great. They are made of soft plastic and have a tendency to droop a little. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's still something to keep an eye on. Of course, the main event here is a trailer. The trailer is mostly this dark gray color that I really like for some reason. I don't know, this gray is just perfect to me. The blue undercarriage really helps in the nostalgic G1 feeling this trailer gives me. Obviously, this trailer transforms into a battle station. Inside is detailed very nicely. Unfortunately, there isn't any stickers or paint apps to speak of. The detailing is appreciated, but overall, it's kind of boring. Despite the lack of color, I do like this little detail. It's a fun homage to the original trailer. Inside the trailer are two other components, the articulated repair drone and roller. The drone is articulated with a radar piece and a multi-jointed arm with an opening claw. It can be detached and placed very comfortably on roller for a cool play feature. The blast effects just complete the look. The transformation on this figure is complex enough, but it's also very simple. I remember the first time I saw this figure and feeling some intimidation when I started seeing how it transformed. Having the figure at hand, however, the transformation is intuitive and fun. I especially like the little touches where the pieces of the torso go and how the back wheels are hidden within the legs. The truck mode is honestly everything I ever wanted in a G1 Prime. I've said before that I used to prefer a more realistic take on Transformers. This figure really puts it over the line for me when it comes to liking the toon look over that. As duochromatic as the color is, with the deep blues and reds really sticking out beautifully here, it's the small details that really make this mode stand out. Connecting this guy to the trailer alone is worth every penny of this guy's asking price. One more thing about the trailer is that it has a secret compartment where you can place one more blast accessory. It comes in 4 parts and can be used to recreate possibly the best transformation sequence in all of Transformers history. Jet boosters ignite to give Optimus Prime just enough boost to jet him into the air and transform to take out several Decepticons in his way. This is all it does, but it's such a phenomenal looking display option. This Prime fits so perfectly in a modern Transformers collection. I just love looking over the shelf and seeing the Autobot lineup with Prime right there in the center. I especially love driving Prime around and transporting a couple of bots around, hidden in his trailer for a surprise attack. These toys help make me feel like a kid again, and Prime is one of the best at it. I really like my Earthrise Prime, and I was hesitant to pick this version up for about 2 seconds. Look, I know that there are a lot of options out there when it comes to G1 versions of Prime, but believe me when I say this, it's gonna be hard for Hasbro Takara to top this one. I'm not saying they won't, but it will be a very long while before they do. All in all, while this Commander class figure is more expensive than most, I sincerely feel that the bigger budget allowed Hasbro to do this figure and all its accessories and play options properly, with all the modern touches needed to make this the very best Prime ever. Bottom line, while the Earthrise is a good and more affordable option for your Autobot shelf, the 86 Commander class Optimus Prime is the end-all definitive version of the character. Now the wait starts for the inevitable 86 Megatron. Well, that was my look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Laters!
Check out my Patreon for early access to my videos and shoutouts on future videos. Join up and let's talk toys.